بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على صفوة الخلق سيد المرسلين نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We are back to talking about the purest of creation, the leaders of the children of Adam, the first of them and the last of them, because it has been proven in a narration that he sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ana sayyidu waladi Adam wala fakhr." I am the leader of the children of Adam, and I am not boasting. I'm not being arrogant. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we talked about his breastfeeding in the last episode, and we are going to take it from what happened after Halimatu as-Sa'diyah returned the messenger back to his mother in Mecca. Why? Because she was so scared after they thought two men attacked him, while in reality they were just angels. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when he returned back to Mecca, Amina decided to go with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to visit some of his uncles in Medina. Naam, yes, he had uncles in Medina. Why? Because his great grandfather, don't forget Hashim, Muhammad bin Abdullah bin Abdul Muttalib bin Hashim. While he was alive, he was on a business trip to Sham, Syria, and while he was passing by in Medina, he stopped by temporarily, and right there he married a woman known as Salma bint Amr bin Zayd. So that's how we got to have uncles in Medina. After visiting, and while they were returning back to Mecca on the journey, Amina fell ill. Amina fell ill, and not long after she died. Subhanallah. First, it was his father, now his mother. All this at a very young age. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And actually, do you remember that we discussed that Abdullah was also on a business trip to Medina? It was said he was on a business trip to Medina to get some dates for his father, and he fell ill in Medina and died. Subhanallah. So it was said our mother died while he was just 6 years, 3 months and 10 days. She was buried in a town called Al-Abwa. In another report, it was said she died when he was just 4 years. But the more popular opinion is that she died when he was just 6 years old. So the messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam was returned back to Mecca, and he was in care of Ayman. Ayman was Hadina Odaya. Who is Hadina Odaya? Hadina Odaya is a lady or a woman that is saddled with the responsibility of upbringing a child, especially when the mother is dead. So permit me to stop here. I would like to stop here for this episode, but I want to talk a little about Ayman, because this was a very great woman. Ayman was a slave inherited by the messenger from his father. The messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam inherited Ayman and 5 camels from his father. When the messenger came with Islam, with Quran and with the message, Ayman was one of the first few women to embrace Islam. So she was one of the Sabiqat. She was one of the elite forerunners to Islam. Ayman did a very great job of caring for the messenger, and they had a very superb and great relationship. While the messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam was alive, he married Ayman to Zayd bin Haritha radiallahu anhu, and from Ayman and Zayd bin Haritha, they had a child, a very great Sahabi also, known as Usama bin Zayd radiallahu anhu majma'in. You just can't help but get emotional when you read stories of great people like this. Ayman, who cared so much for the messenger when he was just a little boy, who cared so much for him. Ayman, known as Baraka al-Habashiyah, she cared for him so much, but also died after him. When the Prophet ﷺ died, Ayman was still alive. Can you imagine the pain? Can you imagine the agony? So let me end with a narration, an emotional narration that highlights the relationship between Ayman and the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is in Sahih Muslim. قال أبو بكر رضي الله عنه. Abu Bakr, he said, بعد وفاة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لعمر. Abu Bakr said to Umar رضي الله عنه after the death of the Messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم, انطلق بنا إلى أيمن نزورها كما كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يزورها. Let's go together to Ayman so we can visit her just like the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to visit her. فَلَمَّا انْتَهَيْنَا إِلَيْهَا. When they got to Ayman, when Abu Bakr and Umar got to Ayman, bakat, she cried. Ayman cried. فَقَالَ لَهَا. So Abu Bakr and Umar, they said to Ayman, مَا يُبْكِيك مَا يُبْكِيك. What is making you cry, O Ayman? Subhanallah. So they were trying to comfort Ayman, so they said to her, ما عند الله خير لرسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. So they said to Ayman, what is with Allah, what Allah has to offer the messenger is better for him than this dunya, better for him than to stay in this dunya, in this worldly life. فقالت. So she said, Ayman, she said, رضي الله عنها, she said, ما أبكي ألا أكون أعلم أن ما عند الله خير لرسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. She said, I am not crying because I don't know that what is with Allah is better for his messenger. ولكن أبكي أن الوحي قد انقطع من السماء. But I am crying because the wahi, the revelation, has stopped. فهيجتهما. So she made the two of them emotional. على البكاء. And فجعل يبكيان معها. And they started crying with Ayman. Just look at this. Look at what they said in the beginning. They said, let's visit her just like the messenger used to visit her. Subhanallah. Look at the relationship. It means the relationship was maintained right from when he was just a little boy till his death, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And after that, the companions, they didn't say, oh well, let's just leave this woman. After all, the messenger is dead. But still, they went to visit her. And فَهَيَّجَتْهُمَا. And she made them emotional with a moving speech when she said, وَلَكِنْ أَبْكِي أَنَّ الْوَحْيَ قَدْ انْقَطَعَ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ. But I'm crying because the messenger is no more. So that means the revelation has stopped. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وَرَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْ أَيْمَنَ وَأَبِي بَكْرٍ وَعُمَرٍ وَرَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنِ الصَّحَابَةِ أَجْمَعِينَ. والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.